Okay, good morning everybody. Graphing exponential functions. Okay, this is from section 4.1. So what we have here is this function 4 to the x, and then we have some translations of it, we have some reflections of it, we have all different movements of the function f of x equals 4 to the x. So first thing you need to know is what f of x equals 4 to the x works like, what it looks like. So 4 to the x, let's start with the easiest. 4 to the 0, that's 1. So when you graph this, the original point is 0, 1. That's the y-intercept. You put a 1 in here. When x is 1, y is 4 to the 1. That's 4. When x is 2, y is 16. So this thing grows what they call exponentially. It grows very quickly. And you can quickly tell that the correct graph is actually right here. 0, 1, there's your y-intercept. 1 goes up 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 would go to 16, which would be way up here. What happens on the other end? 4 to the minus 1, that's 1 over 4. It's about 0.25. So at negative 1, you see you're at a quarter. At the negative 2 power, that's 1 over 16. That's 0.0625. That's not important. It's just at negative 2, it's very small. Like here's 0. So exponential growth. Rapid growth. So that is number 14. Right here's 14. 15 says you take this function and raise it to the 4x minus 2. So when you're adding and subtracting to the variable itself, okay, we kind of say this is on the inside. It's right next to it. This is a shift either left or right. And minus 2 shifts it to the positive direction. So this graph is just going to walk over 1, 2 places. So we got to look at a picture where the graph walks over 2 places. So 0, 1 now will be 2, 1. So let's see where that is. That's down here at F. 2, 1. Okay, you can check other points, but we hardly have any more to look at because this one moved away out of the picture. You can see this point here, negative 1, 1/4 will go over to positive 1 and 1/4. So positive 1, 1/4. So this is 4 to the x minus 2. Up here was 4 to the x. Okay, we have that one. How about 4 to the x minus 2 on the outside? So that is moving up and down, and minus 2 just drops this thing down 2 places. So instead of your first point being at 0, 1, it's going to be 0, negative 1. And it looks exactly like this, so the whole thing's going to drop down. So if we look, it's clearly A right here. 4 to the x minus 2. Okay, 0, 1 down is 0, negative 1. What other point do we have? We had 1, 4. Go down 2, it should be 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Okay? So there's the graph, 4x minus 2. 17 over here is a reflection. So you take the original with a negative out in front here. It will reflect this over the x-axis. So if you could imagine this thing just going down. Same picture going down like this. And, it's right next to it right here. This is minus 4 raised to the x. 4 raised to the negative x. Okay, looks similar, but when the negative's in front of the x, it's going to reflect it over the y-axis. So you look and say, where's one that looks like this? Right here, 4 to the minus x. Okay, and the last one is a combination of both, minus 4 to the minus x. So we're going to reflect it over the y and then over the x. So it goes this way and then down. Minus 4 to the minus x. You could also think of it as being reflected over the x and then reflected over the y. It will look like this in either case. Thank you.